Hi everyone, Father Lamb here. It is May 15th, Wednesday, and today I'd just like to touch base about yesterday, the Feast of St. Matthias. And St. Matthias is the one you may know who took Judas's place. The disciples got together. Judas, of course, had killed himself. They needed a 12th disciple, 12, a holy number, 12 tribes of Israel. So they prayed about it, and they chose Matthias. And in the scripture reading for the day, it talks about Jesus saying to his disciples, "It is not you who have chosen me, I've chosen you." They're powerful words. Every one of us has been chosen by God. We have a calling in life, whether it's the priesthood, religious life, single life, married life, we all have a calling. And part of our journey in life is to find out what our calling is and to fulfill it, our purpose in this world. And in that same scripture where he's talking about him calling each one of us, he says also to his disciples and to us, "I no longer call you slaves, but I call you friends." And that's another powerful line to meditate on. And maybe this week we can just meditate on that line. Jesus calling us friends, not servants or slaves. And you think about it, you go back to any world religion or just people, even the ancient world, go back to Plato, Socrates, people saw God as a powerful force, and rightly so. They look out into the universe and say, wow, whoever or whatever made this must have been an incredibly powerful force. And even today you might see that in whatever, maybe New Age movement, something like that. God's this powerful force. We see it in the scriptures too, especially in the beginning, where sometimes in the Old Testament, God is a little bit more powerful in the sense of, being a wrathful God at times. And so this is very significant when Jesus comes along and says, "I call you my friends." God is powerful, but it's also incredibly powerful that we can call this incredible force our friend. And I'd like to just suggest a picture image of maybe sitting down and imagining you're talking to Jesus as a friend. He's just sitting there and you're sitting in the other chair and you're looking at each other and you're talking as two friends. And in the gift of friendship that we all cherish in our own lives, some people we hang out with, we get together with them, we talk a lot, but sometimes it's just good to be quiet with each other too. It's just nice knowing that you have that friend who's there present with you. I think this is true in marriages too, where if you've been married 50, 60 years, you've talked a lot, you've said everything you need to say perhaps. And so it's a matter of just being with each other and the comfort of having that person there. And when they're not there, they've gone somewhere, you miss them, and just had this old couple married 50 years, on their back porch, just looking at the sunset, how words could even get in the way. It's just being with that friend in that silence. In fact, words can get in the way. You're sitting there with each other. What do you say? Like, how's your hearing aid working? What? How your false teeth feel? But sometimes it's just the being with that can be very profound. Spend some time this week and just be with Jesus, which is really what prayer is, right? And imagine what he's saying to you. And what is it that you need, that I need to hear from him? Sometimes we have to take a look at our concept of God. Is God looking at you and going, "You did that wrong again," or "You better get on the ball"? What kind of friend would do that? We have a friend do that to us if we're not on the right path. They might lovingly say to us, "Come on, I'm concerned about you. You can do better than this." But sometimes we just need that loving friend just being there with us. And after Jesus speaks to you, just sit there in silence. And what is it that you need to say to him as your friend? And maybe just the concerns that are going on in your heart, people you're worried about, or life in general. But that really is the essence of prayer, to be in the presence of our friend. And of course, God is more than just our friend in the sense he is mighty. He's different than our other friendships. But we still need to bring that closeness into that relationship. This week, sit with Jesus, our friend. What's he saying to you? And what is it that you need to hear from him? And then, what do I want to say to God? What do I want to say to Jesus? Allow that encounter to enter into the depths of our hearts this week. God bless you.